What's going on, Aries? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of August 9th through the 15th of 2021. Truly appreciate you for being here. I hope you're doing outstanding. Let's take a look at the week. It's a big one. Lots going on for you. I think the big thing this week is your sixth house. Like a lot of emphasis on that, but it's really Mars and Mercury. So Mercury's coming into your sixth house. So this is bringing some very like practical analytical thinking to figure out the reality that you want and what little things you can tinker with to make reality better. The big thing is that Mars and Mercury are going to square the nodes in your third and ninth house. So this is like a destiny point in a lot of ways of making big decisions. And I say big decisions because we're dealing with a lot going on with Pluto in your 10th house too. And with Venus in trine to that, and then also yods to the sun in your 5th house. So this is a big decision week for the reality you want and the facts that are showing up in your life. And I think it comes down to a lot of expression. We do have the sun in your 5th house. It's definitely like, what's the life you want to create? Are you looking for happiness and love right now? Or are you sitting in, you're just not making the changes to find happiness and love. You're just going to sit in an old story of life and go down that route when there's a bunch of new stuff that's trying to show up in your life that's trying to literally take you to a destiny point. It could be a destiny point with relationships and making little changes in your life to get people into your life that you really want. I think people are super important right now. Jupiter and Saturn in your 11th house, and that Venus is also going to quincunx Jupiter. So it's just like there's so many things that I think that you want to expand on and grow on right now, but you have to make transformations take place in your life. It's like if you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're not going to get the result that's going to make you happy. And it's not what's going to let you express yourself as freely and as openly and as true to yourself as you want to do. So I think when it comes to your reality right now, if you don't make decisions and speak up for what you want to have in your life or what you want your reality to be about, you're going to feel a lot of weight and a lot of stress with all this third house, not third, but sixth house energy. And Venus, by the end of the very end of Sunday, is going to come into your 7th house. But we'll talk about that more next week. That Venus is also going to oppose Neptune in your 12th house, which is just more of the same story. Like, you can't keep doing things over and over again or just put the rose-colored glasses on that the reality that you want is just going to show up at your front door. I think this is a big week where you got to realize you have to put the work in. You have to do the little things. You have to shift and change your reality right now. And especially with your ruling planet, Mars, in square with Mercury, and squaring the North Node, which is ruled by Mercury as well, in the 3rd house. I mean, smart decisions that make sense to you for what you want and what is going to light up your life and what's going to bring love into your life. We're also seeing a first quarter square with the moon and the sun in your 5th and 8th house. I mean, this is like, you're not going to find the emotional happiness you're looking for if you're not going to go and do what is passionate to you, what's going to, show you the deeper meaning of the things that you want in life. So I think this is a big point this week where the same thing over and over again isn't going to bring you the happiness you're looking for. Like you can't just fixate on what once made you happy or what the old story of happiness was. You have to look for excitement. You have to look for the change. So it's kind of an intense week for you because Mars is your ruling planet. So I'm like putting emphasis on this because this is where you make the little changes in the here and the now in your life to start to go into the future that you want and see what doors can open up. And I think that Venus trine to Pluto is going to help with that. There's a lot of quincunxes in the chart, so it can definitely feel weird this week. But if you're going to follow your heart right now, this is the time. This is the time. Follow your heart and make smart decisions based on what your heart truly wants, based on the truth and the reality that you want to be a part of, and for the mission. And if you feel like a mission showing up in your life right now, that's because it is. And you have to decide if that's something you're willing to put your own hard work and effort into that's going to show up and give you the investment or the return on investment of that work and of that value that you want to see show up in your life. So if you want the nice things, or if you want reality to look the way you want it to, you can't just dream it into existence right now. You have to have those insights, you have to have those dreams and those visions, but you have to make them real. And it starts by little changes. And if you don't, I would say honestly, if you don't make little changes, you're going to start to feel a really heavy weight come over you. And I would hate to see you go through that. So when little things show up over this next week, take initiative to move things around and be smart and critical of the life that you really want to transform your life into and make come to life and create it. Do that. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I am here to help give you the motivation that you might need to do those things. Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you would feel blind and lost and like you're at this crossroads that can't be figured out if you don't make the decision that you already know is going to bring you the life and the physical world that you want. So you're not lost, you're not blinded right now. You're only blinded if you're not looking at the things that you need to change to bring yourself a better life and a better reality, better relationships, for a soul mission that's starting to get ignited in a way that I don't think, you've ever had come through before. So your heart's going to guide the way. It's going to, like, happiness and love is going to guide the way, but you have to be willing to drop old stories that don't match with that so that you can create the new one. And I don't think you'll feel lost if you do that and you start making changes. They don't have to be big changes, but when things show up, is that really part of the belief system or the truth that you have now with the information you have at this point in your life? Or are you going to stay in something that probably hasn't made you happy for a long time? And that's just some real truth. Love you very much, Aries. I will catch you next time. I love you. Make the decision that makes you feel powerful and happy and creative. See ya.